stand in front of you and see such love and support for strangers and for families that you've never met and you don't know. And we feel that love when we walk into Christopher's Haven, and that's what makes it so wonderful. So I just first wanted to thank you so much for supporting families and supporting Joyce and Christopher's Haven. So thank you very much for that. I'm here today because my son Kenny is fighting the good fight. He was diagnosed with craniopharyngioma September 24th of last year. Kenny had headaches for a really long time, and we thought that they were just headaches. We were told that that's okay, kids get headaches, but it just didn't sit right with me. And so we kept a journal, and we had an amazing pediatrician who gave him an MRI that no other doctor would get. And on the 24th at 5:07, we got the call that Kenny needed to go to Connecticut Children's Hospital immediately because there was a mass on his brain. And I know you can all imagine the things that go through your mind. But we held hands in the car on the way there, and we said, just let's promise that we will be honest with each other and that we will stay as positive as we can, and whatever we're feeling, we'll share that with each other as a family. And we won't try and protect each other. We'll take care of ourselves first, and then in taking care of ourselves, we'll take care of each other. And from there on, Kenny received brain surgery to resect the part of the tumor that grows really nasty cysts. And I don't know, I don't want to tell you the horrible because he's an amazing child and he's sitting right here and he has embraced positivity, but you don't ever want to look at your child with his head cut open and sitting in the ICU and being checked constantly. But we said, positive will attract positive, and we will get through this. And with Kenny's strength, he got up the next day and walked to the bathroom. And usually they don't do that. So we've just been prouder and prouder every day. After that, they told us that we would need radiation. And we went to Connecticut thinking that we would get to stay in Connecticut for the radiation, but the radiation oncologist told us that the only place that has proton beam radiation was in Boston. And that was really when our world changed because Boston seemed impossible. We're from a small town in Connecticut, 2-hour drive, and Kenny was sick. And I didn't think we would drive every day to Boston. And I went to Google, and they gave me 3 options. And I quickly realized that 2 of those options would not be an option for us because you had a room without a kitchen and without a refrigerator, and you had to eat together in a common room and share food and refrigeration, and those things seem so simple now. But when your child is having trouble finding something that he wants to eat and he's hungry at odd times and you're giving him ramen noodles, and you'll never do that because that's all he'll eat. You need to have your own space. And so I found Christopher's Haven, and I took a deep breath, just hoping that it would be the answer, and Will Glenn answered with this huge, boisterous voice. And he said, "Hi, it's Christopher's Haven, Will speaking, what can I do for you?" And I just knew at that moment, my shoulders dropped, and I said, "It's going to be okay." Because if there's anyone that can greet me on the other end of the phone with this much love, we're going to make it. And I told Will about what was going on and the times that we would be in Boston, and he says, "Catie, you and your family are doing enough worrying. Let me handle the rest of it." And I said, "But?" And he said, "Don't worry, we've got you. You've got the time, we've scheduled you, we'll see you when you see you." And it was only 30 hours a day. And I said, "Okay, so we can run 2 households. My husband can stay home with my daughter, and I can move to Boston, and we can survive." And from the moment we walked in, apprehensive, we had a family and a home that has meant more to us than I can imagine. You don't pick your family, but you can pick your friends. And I guess we opened up with a police convoy, and my son told someone that he wanted to be a police officer, and all of a sudden there was a convoy of police officers, and he had a uniform and a hat and citations from the mayor and from the chief of police. And he was on the TV, and our family members back home were able to cry and say, look at, there's my grandson, and there's my nephew, and there's my brother, big huge smiles. And that is Christopher's Haven magic. And I'm going to get back to Queen here because I'm losing that. Joyce, the secret sauce. So I've been doing a lot of thinking. Joyce says Christopher's Haven has the secret sauce. And so I'm going to do this because I can't. Christopher's Haven, I think the secret sauce is this recipe, so I'm going to share it with you. So, understanding. Christopher's Haven gets it. They get that you need a room. They get that you need a fridge. They get that you need support from families. They have an open door policy. They get that when you make friends over at MGH, you should be able to bring them back and share a meal with them. Christopher's Haven understands what we need. And then there's compassion. Compassion from the amazing volunteers that come in and wrap us in a love hug, or bring us a meal, or do arts and crafts. And the sibling magic. A lot of times siblings get lost in this. The focus goes to save the brother or sister that's struggling through it. And as a parent, you have no idea how to break that. You have no idea how to just stop and pay attention to the other one because you're just standing on a razor's edge. But Christopher's Haven wrapped Emma with as much excitement and presence and love and gifts, and Chris Evans, as they know it. and also on the weekends when all the dads usually come with the other family members that are back home, they just get together and race up and down the hallway, and they make lifelong friends. We have friends from around the world. We have friends from Norway. We have friends from Texas, and we will never lose those friendships. And even if those friends, children may lose their fight, we have those memories together and that time that we've shared, which is huge. And then there's star power. And that star power are the wives and the players and the amazing people who come to make this happen. And the star power is Chris Evans being involved and coming and letting my son come up. A Twitter poll that recognized Christopher's Haven, and all of a sudden, there are two Chris's now. And the kids just get to enjoy it. And I think that when Penny and I talk about this, and my husband and my daughter, years from now, I don't think we'll remember how hard it was to put that mask on and get that radiation. I don't think we'll remember how sad it was to be apart from each other. I think we'll have you guys cheering like nobody's business when my son and daughter walk past you. I think we'll have this time. I think we'll have superstars, sitting next to us and letting us take pictures, and that's what makes Christopher's Haven different than any other place available to families like me. And I would thank you, and I would encourage you to keep coming back here every year and listening to someone else's story on how you've changed their lives. So I'm going to stop talking now. I appreciate it. Thank you.